Hello, everybody.
Can you see the slides?
Can everybody see the slides?
Yes.
Hope there is no any problem.
No.
We get many children to our center with the background that the child is not doing appropriate his age, is lacking behind. But on this basis, you can't give them stimulation program. We assess the child on developmental assessment scale for Indian infants. After assessment, you get an idea about child's mental development and motor development. You can get weak and strong areas of the child's developmental process. Of course, we all know that mental and motor development, they goes hand in hand. So after completing the assessment, you can analyze the child on clusters. And on that basis, you can plan early cognitive stimulation program for the child. Okay, now what is stimulation? Stimulation in general refers how an organism perceives incoming stimuli. As such, it is a part of stimulus response mechanism. When each and every child sees any particular thing, has his own way of interpreting it. So too little stimulation causes stagnation, and too much amount of stimulation causes stress and inability to adopt. In case of, I'll give you some example, in case of working parents, or in case of daily wages people, or in case of lower economic people, they don't have enough equipments for giving stimulation, or they can't give enough productive time to the child. And in that cases, their development is hampered and it causes stagnation. But nowadays, what is happening, like parents, they are reading a lot also. So they want their child to learn many things as fast as they can. They don't think that what is capability of my child, what is the age of my child, what I'm expecting from my child. And in that cases, there may be a stage of inability to adopt. So optimum amount of stimulation is appropriate for better development. Stimulation is an early intervention therapy for better cognitive development. It encourages normal development and prevents developmental delay. So stimulation is useful for better development. When any particular stimulus is presented, sensory receptors, they become more active. The process of stimulation mainly enhances cognitive development of the brain. Stimulation is a mental state. It is being stimulated for the different activities. It is a condition of being stimulated. Means you are teaching, you are giving exposure of different things to the child. The stimulation process is customized depending on strength and weaknesses of the child. For example, when you assess 2-year-old child on developmental assessment, and it is not like that you will have to give, the therapist will have to give the same, therapist should give the same stimulation program to both the children. No, you will have to assess the child, what are his weak areas and what are his strong areas, in which areas the child is lacking behind. On basis of that, you can plan the stimulation program. So that's why I say it's a customized. Cognitive development is defined as intellectual growth that begins at the birth and continues through adulthood. Infants begin to learn from the moment they are born. This is mainly sensory motor learning. Stimulation is continuous from the birth. In case of developmentally delayed babies, or in case of those babies, those who are admitted in ICU, they are deprived from this, this stimulation, early intervention, or you can say early stimulation, because they are away from their parents. In Indian culture, we have many family members, they are very much eager to interact with the baby from day one. They take a lot of care of their child. So naturally touch the child get. Then the child gets exposure of different sounds. The child gets get a lot of visual stimulation. But when the baby is away from the child, away from the family members, is deprived from all these possibilities. Cognitive development is mainly determined by individual's inner qualities, that is nature, and by his personal experiences, that is nurture. It means what is the capacity, what is the child's potential is very important, and his personal experiences, that is nature, that is nurture. How we talk with the child, how we teach the child, what all things we show the child, what the experiences the child is getting in day-to-day life. Of course, systematic exposure and natural exposure, these are very important things. Multisensory stimulation plays a crucial role in the development of delayed babies. Auditory, visual, auditory, tactile, taste, and smell, these are the sensory things which are really very useful when you are giving stimulation to the child. The process of stimulation is, according to the great psychologist Piaget, the process of understanding and change involves two basic processes. They are assimilation and accommodation of knowledge. Assimilation means how an organism perceives and adapts the incoming information. And accommodation means altering pre-existing schemas in order to fit in new information. This means accommodating new knowledge in our earlier learned experiences. In the earlier ages, the brain is busy in connecting different electrodes. So when you give stimulation to the child, these connections, they become stronger, and the child learn comparatively better way. So this is very important in case of normal children, and more in the case of developmentally babies. The process of stimulation involves associative learning, imitative learning, observational learning, and experimental learning. I'll give you some examples. Associative learning means when there is a cup of tea and when you say that baby, don't touch it, it is high, don't touch it. And suppose the child touch it. The child gets a feeling of little bit warm or something. And the child learns that whenever next time the cup is there, the child always says, don't touch it. I mean, express it with the action. Imitative learning means the child, they hear different sounds, how Dadi, how she comes, the baby does, or how the pussycat is doing meow. They imitate the things which are there in the environment. Observational learning means when somebody is going away out of this door, they do bye-bye. So the child also learns to do bye-bye as he observes this particular body movement after few exposure, like 3-4 days when the child is doing bye-bye, the child also tries to do it. The experimental learning means when I throw this ball, it will jump. When I throw it with a lot of pressure, it will jump a bit on a higher level. So this is what is the learning process. Visual stimulation. Vision is primary data collecting system of human organism that provides large amount of information to the brain with integration. Visual input during the early months may have the most profound effect on the baby's developing nervous system. Through vision, baby experiences size, shape, color, distance, texture, and spatial location at a glance. When integrated with other sensory inputs, it helps to develop integrated schemas. Auditory stimulation. Hearing begins about 12 weeks before birth, and at birth, babies have a definite preference for mother's voice because the baby is hearing mother's voice continuously. Very young babies show a propensity of interest in the language spoken in their environment. Exposure of variety of sounds, human voice, rhymes, musical tunes, words is necessary for the language development. We always talk with the child from day one. We sing different rhymes, or in Marathi, we say Badbad Geeta. We show different things, we use gestures, and the baby is observing us. Of course, it's a gradual process. How to stimulate language development? As I said, that talk a lot with the child. We always tell parents, talk a lot with the child, show different things. I mean, they have a big question, that is the baby understanding? Yes. As you go on talking, we express with our facial expressions. We use sometimes actions also, and the baby goes on observing different things. Tactile stimulation. In our culture, Indian culture, massage immediate after birth is a very, as a legacy type of thing. So touch is most developed sense at the birth. Touching babies is institutional parental behavior. Physical touch promotes health, normal growth, and emotional well-being. The quality of touch, like cuddling, patting, and massaging, is important for child's emotional and cognitive development. Role of mother and family members in the stimulation. Mother should be very patient and nurturing. There should be a lot of affection and love between mother and the child. The mother should be mentally prepared for parenting, because when the mother is highly educated, or when it's a joint family, there are a lot of responsibilities on the mother. So they don't think that now somebody is depending on me. So they should have patience. I should do many things with the patient, so that the mother should be mentally prepared for that. There should be complete acceptance. Excuse me. Somebody's. Excuse me, mute. Everybody should mute their.
घनश्यामला सांग सगळ्यांना म्यूट करायला.
There should be acceptance, love, and affection towards the baby. That the mother should understand that what are the requirements of my baby, what the capacity of my baby, and there should be acceptance from mother's side. There should be a lot of love and affection. Means mother should be mentally ready to do daily activities for the baby. Quality of time should be spent with very regularly. Mother should be ready to give a lot of exposure, and also give different experiences to the child. Quality of time means when mother is with the child, how she is spending time with the child. What is she doing? How much she is talking? How much she is interacting with the child? How much she is playing, singing? So this all is a quality of time spending. In our culture, many times it happens that the mother is busy in house activities, and they always keep their child there next to them, and they say, no, I'm there with my child. So but it means that how much you talk with the child, how much you interact with the child is very important. In case of special children, active support from family members is crucial for mother and child's well-being. In case of special children, the parents, they are in confused state. They don't know what is happening with the child, why is happening with the child, and they themselves, they are under stress. They don't know how to handle the situation. If they open up in the family, many times it happens like, for example, I give you an example of an autistic child. Autistic child does not look anything wrong with that child if you look at the child. So no one understands that something is wrong with the child and why you have to go to different people and consult different people. So, but mother and parents, I'll say parents, they understand that our child is not doing properly, his speech is not proper. So they have different things. So they gradually they go under stress, that what is going on, they don't understand. So in this situation, the family support plays a very important. They should avoid asking different questions. They should avoid comparing this child with other children, and they should also avoid blaming, especially to mother, that because of you this is happening in rural areas or in many families. This happens like, they think that it is mother's fault because this is happening with the child. So they should avoid these things because parents, they don't know what they will have to do in such situations. So family support plays a very important role in these cases. Involvement of whole family plays a significant role in the stimulation. Means when the parents, they are working, when mother is working, or when in absence of both the parents, other family members like grandparents or caretaker or any maternal or paternal relatives like auntie, aunt, or elderly sibling, or so many times it happens that younger sibling also, who is very good and understanding the situation, plays a very important role. Like they should be mentally prepared to take care of such children in absence of parents. Many times it happens when actually the father is out for the work purpose, so mother is there in the house and she is with the child for 24 hours. So she can understand that how she can understand what is happening with my child, and she is in a very confused state. So it happens like, more stress is on the mother. So so in the family, supporting mother's situation or understanding what are the things she is experiencing is very important. Influencing factors on the stimulation: physical home environment. How much place is available for the child to play? Like, is the very small house is there? Then is there any open space available, or the toys available? Availability of toys, learning material, visual and auditory inputs. How much using the child? Is the child, you give exposure of listening? Parents should give exposure of listening different things like nursery rhymes, then Padbad Gitu, or whatever in their own mother tongue, like wisdom songs for babies. Then organize home environment and plan activities. Just a minute. In case of CP children, or in case of children with autism, children with ASD features or any disabilities, their home environment and the whole day should be very planned and organized, like sleeping, getting up, getting ready, bathing, feeding, showing different things. It should be properly planned so that you will not miss, parents should not miss any activity in all this. And then there should be a small round every day in the morning and the evening, which gives a lot of social exposure to the child, because nowadays there are small families and the child is there with mother for full day, father is out of the house. So the child requires some exposure of social exposure, like taking the child out to the park. It should be done every day, which will give social exposure. Also taking the child in the open space of the society where other children are playing, that also helps a lot. Need of regular counseling and guidance. In case of developmentally delayed babies and special children, regular visit to the concerned professional is very essential for monitoring situational program and outcomes. When the parents, they go to counselor or counselor therapist or OT therapist, of course the therapist will teach them step by step. They will not give all exercise in one day. So many times it happens, like, parents, mothers, they always talk with us while counseling that are my family members, they are not allowing me to come here regularly because they don't think that there is no progress. They don't understand that it's a very slow process and it requires a lot of time. If the child will achieve one milestone, then naturally the therapist will give exercise for other things. Or when the ASD child with ASD, if the child will achieve one activity, then we can give exposure of other things. When there is an opposition from family members, we also call the other family members like in-laws and all that for counseling, and also they can see the different atmosphere for what the child is coming to us. That of course it will be useful for the child and the mother for the further process. Networking of multidisciplinary professionals such as occupational therapists, psychologists, and speech therapists is required. If these things are easily available, then it is easy for the parents to come to us, to come for the therapy and do it systematically. But so many times it happens that the parents, they come from the interior part and it's very difficult for them to come for the therapies in a regular way. Also, they are busy in many families. The mothers are very much busy for full day in the housework and all that. So it is difficult for them to give exercise or give them productive time. But we always insist in our center, all therapists, we insist that they will have to give enough time and exercise to the child. Stimulating home environment, quality and quantity of time spent with the child. As I said that you talk, play, interact, show different things, play interactive games like hide and seek, like hiding behind the curtain or taking some chunnis on the face. Like you can play in interactive game in any way, whatever things are available. Here main thing is your intention to teach the child or show him different things. It is not like that the things which are available, so we can't do. No, this is not the thing. Type of family and cultural background. In joint family and nuclear family, there are many plus and minus things. In nuclear family, the mother is busy in the housework and not able to give productive time. So we always talk with mother about managing the work. And in joint family also, mother has a lot of things to do in the house. But if there is a proper communication between all family members, so you can always get a midpoint. Parents, they should keep the child on the agenda, like what all we can do and how we can see the progress in the child. That is a main thing. Educational background of the parents. This is a very important thing in both the ways. Like many times parents, they don't understand that our child require such an intense therapy and regularly they will have to come here, do things at home. This, of course, when they read a lot, they come to know. Also, other thing is that parents in the city, many times we observe that they don't think these are very important things. Nahin, ho jayega. Yes, it will happen. Don't worry. The child will start talking after 3 years. Don't worry. The child will start talking after 3.5 years. But they forget that the school age, when there is a schooling age, the parents get a lot of pressure.
अरे घनश्याम, एक कंप्लेंट आली आहे, वेटिंग रूम मध्ये खूप थांबायला लागतंय, ऍडमिट करायला कोणी नाही.
हाँ, सांगते.
हो, सारखे लोक येतात आणि जातात आहेत ना, त्यांना ऍडमिट तर करायलाच लागेल ना.
Many times it happens, like parents read a lot on mobile. They watch different things and they get pressure because of that. For example, if the child has ASD feature, they read a lot on internet or YouTube and all that, and they come to us with half information and really stressful situation. Attitude towards the child, like our child has some problem and we will have to take efforts for the better things for my child. You will have to, I mean, parents should accept the child as child it is, and now it is our responsibility that we will have to do regular exercise, therapies, stimulation at home. So attitude towards parents is towards child is very important. Quality of communication and number of languages spoken at home. Many times it is noticed that parents, they don't talk, they give a lot of exposure of screen, mobile, tab, and laptop to the children. They teach them A to Z, they teach them colors, they teach them name of the animals, but regular communication with the child is lacking. They don't interact, they don't play with the child, they don't show different things to the child. So it is very important to reduce screen time and give productive time to the child. Number of languages makes lot of it affects a lot of on their basic language skills. When mother has different mother tongue, the father has different mother tongue, and they are staying at different area, so the child gets exposure of different languages. So in case of developmentally delayed babies or whose language is delayed, this particular situation plays a very important role, because you give exposure of single language to the child until the child starts speaking 2 word or 3 word sentence. Then gradually you can give exposure of other languages. Don't give exposure from beginning only. A variety of social and sensory experiences available. Take child out to the park, to the market, to any relatives or neighbors is very important. Encouragement from parents. When child does any particular thing, appreciation from parents is very important. It can be anything. If they make tower of 2 cubes, or if they point out different things like where is a fan, where is a bird, or where is a bus, and they point out, you should appreciate the child. The child feels like doing different things. Avoid comparison with other same age children and babies. In normal circumstances, each and every individual is different and has own ways of learning. But in special and also in special children, they have their maybe any child is special child, of course, is lacking behind. You should not compare that child with other children. Don't ask many questions so that the child also gets confused. So these are the things which we have to take care. Quality of social life, encouragement for free play. Even though we say that systematic stimulation plays a very important role, but free play is very important. तुम्हाला करायचं आहे? Free play is very important. Whatever they have learned, they will have to use it somewhere. So giving child free play or opportunity to play independently and use own creative things is necessary. General social exposure, taking the child to relatives for small functions, to the park or any our cultural things gives a lot of social exposure. Style of parenting, there should be consistency in handling by all family members, especially by both parents, mother and father. Once they have decided that these things should not be done, so when the child wants any particular thing and parent says no, other people should not interfere and try to break that rule. Otherwise, gradually, when these things happen repetitively, the child will learn that yes, there is somebody else who will listen to me. Substitute caregiver in the absence of parents. When both the parents are working, the child is with grandparents or caregiver or with any other person in the family, or daycare plays a very important role. Many times it has been noticed, like when the child is more exposed to TV and mobile and all that, when we go on talking with the parents, we came to know that the caregiver, she is busy on watching television series, or she is busy on her mobile, and also the child gets involved in that. So this should be monitored very regularly. We should take care, or we also, in these cases, in case of special children, we also call the caregiver to our center for the counseling. In case of developmentally delayed babies, acceptance from neighbors and social support system is very important. Effective coping mechanism of the family has to be there. Nowadays, people are becoming aware of what is ASD or Down syndrome or any other disabilities. So, but still many neighbors and all that parents, they face a lot of difficulties with neighbors and all that, because there are a lot of questions they will have to face, that why your child is not walking, why he is looking like this, why he does these particular repetitive hand movements and all that, why he's not giving eye contact. So in this case, they will have to be very firm, and they should, they should giving these parents social support makes them more comfortable. And otherwise, so many parents, they stop going in the society, they avoid going for the programs, and it's very difficult for them to live their life. Then in such situations, family support plays a very important role. If the whole family is supporting in this situation, the parents can easily face these things. Then play is most important part. Simple play offers elaborate learning experiences for children's. Blocks, balls, and rattle may appear to be simple, but provide the child an opportunity to learn and enhance brain development. It is not like that. I said that there should be always structured play. Let the child experience, let the child touch different things which are available in the surrounding, and play with the different colored things. That is really useful. Child should be exposed to common objects such as feeding bowl, cups, boxes, etc., which will familiarize with the day-to-day objects and their functions. The child learns to observe and imitate other people. It is an important learning mechanism. Play activity fosters cognitive, intellectual, social, emotional, and physical development of the child. Now, here are the things which we should do with the child. Accept your child with its problem. In case of special children, we always tell parents that when you accept your child, when you accept your capacities, when you accept the potential of the child, parents, they will start thinking in different way, and of course will find many other things how to teach my child in different situations. But if you don't accept, then it is if the parents, they don't accept, then it is very tough job. Observe baby's responses to sound and different objects. Give quality time to your baby. Child should be exposed different situations. Give full day speech stimulation to your child. It is not like that you talk with your child for 2 hours. Now it is okay. Now whole day I'm busy in my activities. No, speech is the thing which you go on talking with your child for full day. So then there should be consistency handling by all family members. Child should be given positive reinforcement. If we notice that we always tell the child that don't do this, don't touch here, don't go there, don't climb, but we never said that do this. This is very nice, but we don't say in that way. Stimulation should be age appropriate. Now, these are some of the things which we should avoid. Don't allow your child to play alone. Don't compare your child with other children. Don't overstimulate. Avoid giving exposure of mobile, TV, tab, and laptop. And one thing I would like to say, tell parents that not to watch too much on YouTube and other about your child's problem by yourself, because that creates a lot of stress on you. Okay, thank you.